quiet shift is taking place across the global risk system. Not a crisis, but a rewiring, where dollar imbalance, gold demand, and policy divergence start pulling capital in new directions. You don't see this in headlines yet, but you can feel it in the data. Here's the live snapshot. The dollar index shows a widening volatility band, not weakness, not strength, but instability. Gold continues receiving defensive flows from both institutional desks and sovereign channels. Bond yields remain sensitive to policy divergence, revealing a split in global risk expectations. These three forces rarely align unless the system is preparing for a directional realignment. This alignment doesn't predict anything, but it signals that capital is preparing its next rotation. Global portfolios don't move emotionally. They move when the data suggests that staying still becomes a higher risk than repositioning. That moment is beginning to show. Pause for a second, ask yourself, when was the last time dollar imbalance, gold signals, and policy divergence overlapped, without a global shift following afterward? Let that sit for a moment. What we are seeing now mirrors early-stage realignments in previous cycles, not the dramatic part, but the quiet rearrangement before the system chooses a new direction. This is where the most important signals usually hide. The real story is not in gold or the dollar alone. It's in the spread, the distance between risk signals. Dollar, unstable band gold, stable accumulation. Yields, policy divergence oil, geopolitical sensitivity. When these spreads widen, global capital behavior becomes predictable, not in price, but in intention. You're watching the early structure of a new power cycle. Not a crisis, not a boom, a realignment of what global capital trusts. We're entering a period where defensive flows, liquidity preferences, and institutional risk models will decide the next phase. And those decisions happen silently, long before the public sees the shift. If you want to stay ahead of the next rotation, not with predictions, but with intelligence-based signals, Global Pulse 360 Live is where these briefings continue. I'll keep decoding the system. You decide how you want to follow its rhythm. Here's the signal behind the noise. Global Pulse 360 Live.